I spent probably about 30 minutes last night and I don't know, 10-15 minutes this morning getting the bearing into the bearing block. I have a spare one as well, and I've got that in there and it rotates pretty nicely actually. I'll be obviously using that for my bore drill set. I'm definitely out of practice, haven't ever managed to get an ember with it before, but just after, I don't know, a minute or so of messing around with the new bearing block, my spindle, and just using a clothes hanger for the bow, which is way too short, it didn't have kick up a stink. So I'm hoping that with a bit of practice and a longer bow I may get there in the coming days. See, the bearing block before just had a nice imprinted hole, kind of the same as that. I bodged up one of the kids' broken scooters, which I'm not going to show you because the garden's a mess, but yeah, one of the broken scooters, I took the wheel off and had to saw it apart last night. That's why it took me so long. Well, I can't wait. The video quality is not great because it's starting to get dark inside the wood, but I came up yesterday and the bench that was there that we made with Shannon and the kids the other day, excuse me, give me a second with the shaking, that had gone, and the bench there that's got me cut and a couple of bits on was, the top was all off over there, but everything else was fine. If you remember, a couple of videos ago I made a bench with Michael that disappeared. Well, I found it up a tree, so I dug that one down, stuck it back in, but it's broken, so I've had to kind of bodge it a little bit. I put the top back on that one, tied it down a little bit, and then the one we made with Shannon and the kids the other day that disappeared, I come across, so it had been set on fire, so I've put it back together. I've had to like scrape the charring off of some of the sticks. I've got some other stuff there, but I don't have any tools with me really. I've got my knife and that's about it. So I'll come up with a saw, I can finish that off properly, but if you just let me take it back again. We've got 3 seats around the fire and the fire reflector. Somebody's come up and hopefully this picks the camera up. You can see there's been a load of sticks and stuff put here so you can't get out where you used to be able to. Somebody's had a little go at the wall as well, started putting it back together, and then the way we used to come in there, you can just about see that white plank of wood there, they've blocked that off as well. So the only way to get in at the moment is here. So somebody's been doing it some good, but at the same time somebody's been faffing around with it. But yeah, I'm going to sit down and have a bit of a fire, collect my thoughts, because yeah, there's been an awful lot of crap going on today. So I'm going to get my ass parked on a bench, sit and chill out for an hour or so and stare into the Bushcraft TV. I'll catch you guys in a bit. Hoping this comes out okay on the video, but it's just give me a second. It's the last light of the dying sun for the night. It's shining nicely into camp. The video doesn't really do it justice, to be fair. Let me move back a little bit. I've got a little fire on the go. But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, you can just about see the sunlight on the top of my reflector wall there. And it's all on that tree. And then it shines a little bit in the corner above the reflector as well. There. But yeah, absolutely stunning. It's coming on properly now. You can pick it out. I'm going to flip it off so I can get a couple more pictures. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you guys. Absolutely stunning. Just to give you a bit of a wider angle. The sun's really flying by now. It's only been, I don't know, minute and a half since I made the last clip, and you could already see the trees almost completely dark now. But yeah, not seen that at the camp before. I've been here for a couple of sunsets, so that's new. Maybe because the shelter and the wall was higher last time. But yeah, it really took me by surprise, did that. We had a day up at the camp. I'll bring you in the video to show you in a second, but we come up with one of the neighbours, and she brought her kids, and then I met Mike up here with he brought his son. I brought my nippers up as well. But Mike's little one's been off on his own exploring and what have you, and he started making himself a little house. Bless him, he's not doing a too bad job either, to be fair. He's got a little wall and he started making his roof. He's doing right well, he's only a young lad as well. I'll get him to come back and show you properly and explain what he's doing, if he's brave enough to go on camera. Oh, can't knock what he's done at all. Got a doorway in it. Well done, lad. I did have the hammer cut, but I've took it down now because it started spitting a little bit, and where I've got the tarp, the hammock, it didn't quite cover the hammock. And I've got the hammock up over the seats and the fire for the kids. I was just chilling out. I've not shot camp from this angle before, and it looks pretty damn good actually. So with the walls up there and the tarp up, and it looks really bloody good. Just faffing about with Mike. Going to cover off that back end there, and I'm going to cover off the there, so you can only get in there where you see nothing, and it should be good. Again, I apologise for the shaking, I've got really shaky hands. The video always comes out terrible when I'm not on the tripod. But yeah, camp looks brilliant. Oh, I tripped over. I was not shooting it from before. I've not even really paid attention to this angle, but I really quite like how it looks. So, a day up at camp turned into an overnight camp. Oh, that isn't picking that up. But got a pretty nice fire going. You can see a bench today. And another one. Got a nice bright fire going on. I don't know if you'll pick those up, but you can probably just about see. Give me a second. And Babby Lexi is in there watching the tablet. There's only 3, bless her. And then we've got Tyra and mate Lexi in there. So camp out with the nippers. Oh, Lexi, that's on the tablet. She's gonna go home because she's not like keen on being out. I said she's only 3, so bless her. Mum's gonna come up and pick her up and take her home. I'm gonna sit down with a nice can of beer and enjoy the fire and get myself some kip. I just thought I'd slip this in while we take a little break from the rest of the video and do a quick VR to Jonesy Bushcraft for his giveaway. He'd like us to nominate or put forward a small channel for everybody to try and support in the community and help get their sub count up and obviously help them integrate. So I've got 2 people I'd like to shout out. One would be Stephen Ailey, who's just made himself a channel now. Excuse me. Anybody who's been watching my videos for the last couple of months will have seen an unboxing video from Stephen. Top guy, top guy. Just started his video journey on YouTube, so if you can follow him and give him some support, that'd be great. I will put a link obviously down below. And second one will be for Stuff Outdoors, who I had the pleasure to meet while I went over to camp with Jonesy the other week. So I'll put links for both of those guys in the description, so if you could give them a follow, support them, it'd be cracking. On with the vid. Back out in my usual spot. Gonna get some grub on the go, let the fire get down a bit. I'll have some jacket spuds. It's not quite John Carlisle's level of food. I've got some spuds, and I've got jacket tatties and cheese and beans, and I might even throw a bit of black pudding in there. Going big. This is actually my first solo overnighter. I say solo for now because my friend isn't quite sure whether or not he wants to turn up. And if he does, then it obviously won't be a solo, but I'm not fingers crossed because I do want him to come. This could be my first solo. I thought I'd try and document a little bit more of what I'm doing. Turned up today, somebody had already been here. There was some embers in the fire pit, and one of the benches has collapsed. Look, it does look like it's collapsed rather than been destroyed. That one was when I had the bodge anyway. But yeah, for now I'm going to get me scran on and I'll bring you back in a little bit. That's my food down. I didn't think to bring my mess tins because I used them like yesterday when we were up at camp, and I didn't get round to packing them up. I also made the massive rookie mistake of forgetting my sleeping bag. So my first solo camp is going to be a torrid affair, I think, to be honest. I mean, I'm not too far away from my house here, but I don't fancy leaving all my gear. And I don't really want to pack up to go back to get my sleeping bag, so I'm going to chance it. I do have a mat for underneath me, and I can stick my really stupidly thin jacket up the top of me. Yeah, I mean, if I can get to sleep early, which I probably will have an early night tonight, if I can get to sleep early, and then the temperature's meant to be lowest at like 4 or 5 through till 6, so if I can get a decent early night sleep, I can get up at that time, get the fire going again and warm myself through. So always double and triple check your list, otherwise you'll end up like me, an absolute idiot. I'm hoping I don't need to get up in the middle of the night and get warm by the fire again and pack up. I really don't want to, especially with it being my first solo. I'm going to chill for a little bit and then crawl inside the hammock and just relax, let my food settle, and hopefully I shall speak to you later on. Fire's nice and stocked up. You can't actually, well, you can, no you can't, it's not actually that dark really, so I'll pick that up. It's not too dark, but probably about 9 o'clock. Time for me to start the fire up. I'll chill in my hammock for a bit. If I get a bit hungry later on, I'll come out and make something else. But here's hoping I fall asleep. Got a few beers in me, so I'll have beer coat on Definitely going to need it because I'm an idiot and forgot my sleeping bag. Tried to convince the missus to bring it up, she's not having none of it. The little one's in bed, so I'm screwed. I'll catch you guys in a bit. Oh, I didn't get much sleep, as you can imagine, because it was stupidly cold. I'm an idiot and forgot my sleeping bag. At least I'm awake to hear the dawn chorus. I've been up and down pretty much all through the night. Go to the toilet and keep the fire starts up. The fire did go out. I got to sleep probably from about 12:30, 1:15 until about 4. And then it was just too damn cold. The fire had gone pretty much by that point, so I got up and sorted it out to warm myself through. I'm going to attempt to go back to sleep. See you guys in a bit. Yeah, so I finally got my ass out of bed. It's not too bad now, it's warming up. But oh my god, it was chilly last night. Absolutely freezing. I kept getting up and down to go to the loo because I'd had a couple of beers and I brought the seal because I'm an idiot. But other than that, I got up a couple of times and I had to restock the fire to warm myself through. It got really bloody cold. But first solo overnight I done. Well, hey, shouldn't be bothered about doing it now again on my own. Managed to get through. Wasn't as bothered as I thought I would be. There was a couple of funky noises, but I said I just relaxed. I have a knife in my hammock with me, so I was ready for the boogeyman. But, I've got a tiny bit more footage to do, and I should be putting the vid out with a few extras. I've got a friend coming this morning. We're going to do some firelighting techniques. I'm going to hopefully try and get the bow drill going. We shall have to wait and see. But, yeah, I'll bring you back when he gets here. Crack on.
So I will try using, because it's...
Do you have like a little saw blade or something on there? You can say you could try that.
See if it's a bit bigger than the hacksaw blade.
That's a pretty clever tripod.
It's like the gorilla pod, yeah, like a gorilla pod type thing. But a cheapy version from China again. I like cheapy versions from China, in case you hadn't realised.
Yeah, I've got a Gorilla case. Well, I had one when I had an iPhone. It was about £3. I think Gorilla case is about 15.
Well, that was fairly easy.
Yeah, it is. Isn't it like? I mean, I use just the square part of the one with the red tape there.
Yeah,
and then when somebody's gifted me that one actually, the magnesium block one, and I found that so much easier to use.
Here we go.
Well, just doing some firelighting stuff with Alan and Alan's mate Murphy. So,
That's cool, is that?
Alan just got some ferro rods, fire steels. He just practicing with those. We're going to do some with some birch bark in a little bit, and then try the dreaded bow drill.
Yes, this is bow drill.
I have no experience with whatsoever, so I'm gonna hope we don't bugger it up. Just try one without first, and see how long it burns, and then try one with.
Yeah, it burns a lot longer with.
Straight away. He's a natural.
I've been burning fires for a long time.
Is that something you're going to admit on camera?
I haven't burnt any houses or anything like that. I haven't actually caused any criminal damage per se.
Twisted fire starter.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, not that he's admitting to anyway. I'm just going to move my camera.
well now.
So with the Vaseline on it or wax, it does burn an awful lot longer.
Yeah.
So it gives you more time to, we'll see, prepare and not kill it. First couple of times I tried lighting the fire, I suffocated it straight away and struggled, and then now I seem to be okay, just about.
I've been lighting fires for years, well, since I was a kid. So I kind of.
Have you ever done it with a fire?
Right.
Have you done it with a fire still before?
No, that's why I've never done it with a fire still. Usually matches or a lighter.
How did you figure it out? Do you just look on? Were you looking online, or did somebody tell you about those? Or
it was on one of the videos on your.
All right,
channel.
so you just picked it up off a video.
Yeah,
and...
on your channel.
Oh, my channel.
Well, it's on your Google one.
All right.
Yeah, on your Google channel. Whatever you call it.
You just picked it up off there.
Yeah. Saw them, I thought, right, I'm getting some of those.
Yep.
There we go. Yeah, he's a natural. Right, let's move on to the harder stuff then. I only learnt to do this with the birch bark a couple of weeks ago. Guy I met on YouTube, Jonesy. There we go, Alan. He came over and did it, and I was really impressed. So I thought I'd give it a try, and it took me a good 45 minutes or so to get it the first time.
Yeah.
You've come and done it in like 2 minutes.
Come on. So I guess normally you'd have a bigger piece of bark and get more stuff and get that burning, and then you'd put your...
Yeah, I mean you could, well, you've got a piece of bark there, you could use an additional piece of bark or the grass or something to put on, and obviously build it up from there. You might need to give it a scrape. Oh, you add it and then you put it out. Give it a scrape and get some more material on there for it to burn. Get a nice big pile of it, it'll be right. I'd just like to point out there's no Brokeback Mountain stuff going on with a big tub of Vaseline for you guys. Just had to get that in there. It wasn't strategically placed for easy access.
Yeah, it's not in the middle of the woods for no reason, you know. A tub of Vaseline.
It's part of my fire kit, honest.
What have you got in store for us?
I'm not showing my face anymore.
Hold it closer to the end of the saw blade. No, your fingers closer to the end of the saw blade there, so you can really focus on it and really... You have a lot more control then. Just if you can stop short of hitting the bark at the bottom, and you don't knock all the shavings flying.
Oh, I just had it then.
Probably get enough. Get enough then.
There we go.
Oh,
Done it again. And obviously from then you transfer to the smaller sticks. And
Yeah, man.
scrape all your shavings back together again, and are you giving up? I'll turn the camera off. Go on, keep going.
Can't foot.
Good workout.
Woo!
Let's lift it up and see if we've got an ember under there. Because it's still smoking. Let's see if it's the... No, unfortunately there's not one on there. It was the board smoking.
I thought it might be. Bloody hell.
Yeah, it was the board smoking.
It's hard work, is that? Smoking.
Would it be wrong to say he's got a big puff or...
Pair of lungs. Oh, there we go.
Like Qigong coming in handy. Yeah. Abdominal breathing.
There we go. Easy.
There we go.
Yep. Easy.
Easy peasy. Come on.
Is that some breathing techniques you got going on there?
Yeah.